The Female Lawyers Association of the Gambia flag, in partnership with the German Konrad Adenauer Foundation, held a 3-day training for judges and magistrates from across the country on Gambian legislation on sexual and gender-based violence. Usman Sekan reports.
The capacity building, which began on Friday in a local hotel in Bakau, was designed to see significantly higher successful prosecution of SGBV cases. Yasin Senghor, the Vice President of FLAC, expresses optimism that the training will go a long way in better equipping judges and magistrates in handling sexual and gender-based violence cases to ensure swift dispensation of justice.
I think when it comes to sexual and gender-based violence, it's an ill that we have in the society, and we all need to play our roles in trying to eradicate this ill. There are different sectors that are involved in it. We have involvement at the community level to educate people on the ills of these actions so that we try to minimize the instances of sexual and gender-based violence. We have to train at the prosecution level as well to capacitize those who are investigating the issues. But also when it comes to these kinds of crimes, the last point of call would be to the justice delivery system. So it is important to ensure that those who have to decide those cases have the capacity to understand what sexual and gender-based violence is, what impact it would have on the victims of sexual and gender-based violence, and also how to deal and handle those cases. So we believe that this training is very, very important to actually help in the justice delivery sector to ensure that the rights of victims and any perpetrators are also protected.
Engo Bedrock, the Director of Rule of Law Program, Sub-Saharan Africa, Konrad Adenauer Foundation, says courts are inundated with cases resulting in the prolongation of sexual and gender-based violence cases. He, however, emphasizes that there are no shortage of good laws in the Gambia to deal with SGBV cases.
But as you know, there's different avenues to tackle a problem. One very efficient one is the judiciary, because we have good laws in the Gambia. There's very progressive laws, and I think a lot of the neighboring countries are jealous about your good legal framework. So what we need to do is to make sure these good laws are being implemented. And who are the first ones to implement those laws and make sure they're being respected is the magistrates. That's why we chose the magistrates as primary target group for this training. Overall, we are faced with the same problem as with all the neighboring countries, that we have too many cases, not enough judges and magistrates to deal with this. We have a judicial system which is overburdened with daily requests. Because as you know, magistrates, they do not deal only with criminal cases. They have to deal with civil cases. They have to deal with land cases. They are basically responsible for upholding the law for the entire country. However, we try to make sure that despite all these challenges, that one of the most important issues in this country, which is sexual violence, is being addressed properly, and those judges have the knowledge and the tools to deal with that on their level, and that's all we can hope for.
Female Lawyers Association of the Gambia FLAG aims to procure changes to the laws of the Gambia for the protection of well-being of women and children, with the objective of eliminating violence against them, promote freedom of expression, sexual and reproductive health rights, and support them to participate effectively in the development process of the country. Reporting for West Coast Radio, I am Usman Sekan.